very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings. Have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Goff going to look to throw right away. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. There's a Darius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they got after them early.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Now Goff. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Off play action. Here's Goff. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift. Ooh, with a juke. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit. From the gun, here's Goff. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. How to get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Throwing on 3rd, Goff. And down he goes. They sack him back right on the 41-yard line. Aaron Donald able to record his 5th sack of the season. They'll make that a 2nd sack here on their first drive out defensively. And not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
That opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
First play's a run with Nwangu. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Tanner Muse there defensively.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They'll get this to Nwangu. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. Straight ahead, here's Nwangu. And he's got room. Past the 20. 5. And he will score. Touchdown. Charles, this offense is
explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big streak like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big third down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
Here's Goff. They're trying to find Chark, but it's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss. And another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
Dancing to his left. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away from that happening, but that has to be what they're thinking right now.
On 2nd and goal, Cousins steps away to his left. And incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Cousins. Caught on a slant. Touchdown, Vikings. KJ Osborne. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They run it again with Williams. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
It's a gain of 3. 1st down, Lions.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time by manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
on 2nd and 10. Goff. That throw taken in by Jameson Williams. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. This defense for the Vikings, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball?
He's got a man, complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Goff throwing again. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Lions have got it back to within a score. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7.
Jack Fox, the kickoff for the Lions.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the... And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Kevin King with a pick. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14.
Ties the game at 14. Jack Fox, the kickoff for the Lions.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Past midfield. Still going. And he will score. Touchdown, Minnesota. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports.
41, Lions 14.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Goff now looks to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
You're looking there at a defensive back who's maybe a step slower than he was when he came into the league a decade ago. I know I questioned his speed coming into the game, but when he's lost in speed, he's more than made up for it with intellect. And that's a great job of knowing how to position himself to make that interception.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old, reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
On second and very short, Cousins got his man complete over the middle. That's Osborne. And the Vikings are going to have a first and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. Throwing is Cousins. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. T.J. Hockenson from 8 yards out. And the Vikings have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Joseph connects on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Fields it right around the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the fourth quarter. But you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same. And yet again, Goff is intercepted. So a nice play defensively by the rookie, coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these big three corners end up winding up on special teams and sub packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
Following the interception, Cousins forced out to his left. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Well, he's been doing this for 9 years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off for him. Joseph on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. We'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. No gain on the play there. Second down. Goff a handoff here to Swift. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 66 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They'll fake the give. Now Goff. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Here's Goff. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Vikings are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. We had a look that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question, because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Cousins now. Wide open receiver, complete. He's got room past the 30, and they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
You know, play calls can be very creative in this game today. And sometimes when they get receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. To throw is Cousins. It's caught inside the 25. A big play there for Minnesota. And even 50 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Now Cousins. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Romeo Okwara in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2nd down and goal. Cousins. Open man, he's got Jefferson across the formation. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Justin Jefferson. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Vikings are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the Plague did on the last one.
And down he'll go at the 25. 80 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Caught the defense off guard there a bit on 2nd and long, but now you still have to deal with 3rd and long.
Yeah, you do, but you feel pretty good about the last play, don't you? And maybe it gives you a little bit of confidence dialing up the next one that maybe your team will believe in it when you send it.
And now here's another interception. And the the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to...
Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. But a Viking was able to corral this one, and Minnesota will keep possession. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Throwing on 2nd and long. Cousins. This one caught. It's the tight end, Hockenson. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins.
Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Zone touchdown, Minnesota.
Jalen Reagor.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Vikings would extend their lead here just before halftime. Joseph connects on the extra point.
And a rout is on here in this first half.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1.
On 2nd down, Swift.
And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Cousins. Flush to his right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and it's going to be a first down. Well done. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Cousins.
Another one on this play for Justin Jefferson. Just a yard to go here on 2nd down. Up the middle to Reagor.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1, if people want to run the football, this is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, Cousins.
In trouble, and he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand. Throwing on 2nd and long. Cousins. He finds his man complete. That's Chandler. First down, pick up the 25. Whatever the discussions were at time to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
First down, here's Cousins. They're going for Jefferson downfield, and that is incomplete.
Partner, they've been aggressive, airing it out all game long, and no better evidence than those last 2 snaps. They weren't going to beat this coverage, though, 2 plays in a row, and that one falls incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He's going to take another shot here. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Cousins to throw it. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And here's Ryan Wright now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. On 2nd and 11 now. Goff. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
He's airing it out for Williams. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams, 89 yards. And the Lions are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28.
Lions 21. Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Let's just call that play exactly what it is. Needed, because they wanted to get back in the game, and they knocked the ball free, and now they have a chance to do exactly that.
They got the chance. Now they have to take advantage. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. Shifts past him, and he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 98 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Jamal Williams, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. To throw, Cousins. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he gets it to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So 1st and 10. The full score on this drive. We're going to start digging in our second half blowout material. Throwing, Cousins. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Cousins. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw. Buying time to his left. Complete. Jefferson the target. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 28. They really went down defensively. That was 3rd and a bumble. But they allow a conversion. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Cousins. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. Great play there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Joseph now to have the PAT. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout.
He's got a man, complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Tranquil. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as the game will come out to the 20. He played not a whole lot. He's going right for his defense in this ball game. But that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Cousins. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd. Another try after the first down sack. Cousins. Open man is Osborne. He's got it. And a good stiff arm there before he's brought down on a nice little gain.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
They send a receiver in motion to the left. On first down, they'll run with Nwangu. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Cousins. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.